right, so in this one, we are going to be reacting to DBZOOMS. This is wild. I've never seen Dragon Ball Legends like this before. Assumably, from what we're looking at here, this is a tier list, and I think, as the founder he is of the defensive menace G4, Green Broly not being too terrible, I think, is another infamous clip that's out there. Not as much defensive menace, right? The droids obviously being far below G4. I would like to see his opinion on where he thinks these units are. So get reacting to this here. By the way, so I mentioned, I am streaming 2 hours after this video goes live if you watch it immediately. And then after that, I am streaming at midnight Eastern, so 3 p.m. Eastern, and then 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm doing 2 separate streams, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and then 11 a.m. to like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., right? So if you want to see me stream, doing rank 1 PvP grind, right now when I'm recording this, I'm like 1,200 points above people. Probably when I, have this video get uploaded, I'll be at a rate of, I don't know, maybe like 500 above. Who knows, right? There's some DCers out there, which, we're not acknowledging them because it doesn't really matter. They're just DCing, but we be far above. Obviously, season is going to be a good minute, but yeah, we are streaming 2 times a day, 1 video a day. During those streams, then content days, we gotta findangle some stuff because it'll be tough. But without further ado, let us see the takes of DBZOOM. I am very, very interested.
Alright guys, so I've been playing Dragon Ball Legends since day 1, and I'll tell you guys right now, I have never ever seen a meta with such character diversity in Dragon Ball Legends ever. Comment down below if you guys disagree with me. I'll be very shocked. And what I mean by this is that I do not see 1 or 2 or even 3 characters completely, the word completely, just dominating the whole game. You guys might be saying, DBZOOM, well, we have Ultra, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Ultra Rose, Kid Buu, and Hit. That's not what I'm talking about. Yes, those units are completely dominating the game, but outside of that, there are great units that can literally compete with those units as well. They really can. For example, GT. GT is still an amazing team. There are so many characters.
Whoa, we're throwing out crazy claims already. This is just my opinion, obviously, by the way. If you disagree, great. If I disagree with him, great. It's opinion. That's all it is. GT, a great team. From my experience, GT is pretty ass. Obviously, it's not bad. I won't say. There's a difference between, like, good, ass, and bad. Good is, like, it can handle the ultras. It can even counter an ultra, right? Ass is, like, it's runnable, but, like, there's definitely a lot better. And then bad, well, that's just below ass, right? Just pretty bad. GT is ass. You have Kid Buu, who's completely free against GT. There's nothing you can do. You're completely screwed. Then you have Hit, who's also been completely free against GT. Now you're seeing people run Hit with Kid Buu. You're really just screwed. And then even more so, Rose is not usually dying to GT17. So there's really 3 ultras that just kind of clear that entire roster. GT's not great. GT's pretty mediocre. Saying it's bad would be an insult. I agree, but very, very good. That is not the truth.
That just, could take you up to the top 1,000. They really can, and I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, and I compete sometimes with those characters or players as well. So in today's video, I'll be giving you guys my tier list, and this is exactly how I'm going to be pretty much just conducting my tier list, okay? I have 4 tiers. I have God tier, Z++, Z+, and S. For example, if I place a character as Z++, or let's just say 5 characters as Z++, I am not going to place them in order. All those in Z++ would be interchangeable. Same thing with Z+, and
I wish they were in order. It just makes it more understanding of your thought process. Like if I put Hit number 1 and then Rose number 2, or I put Rose number 1 then Hit number 2, it's like, oh, why'd you put this? Like that ordering is, I wonder why that's the order, right? I assume the order's in order. I wish it was in order. It's all right, though.
Yes. Although I'll make an exception for God tier. And for example, God tier is going to be ultra specific based, obviously.
Ultras in
and
order?
I'll be showing you guys what I think is the best in order from 1, 2, 3, and 4 on my personal experience. And another thing, your tier list might be different than mine. I have never seen. I know so many top players, and all their tier lists are completely different. So let that be a.
The top 4 is usually the same for everybody. Like the entire game that actually touches the game. Everything else, I would more say like every tier list has like that 7 through 10, 8 through 10 area. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? And it's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, I completely disagree with that, or I completely agree with that. It's like such a coin flip who agrees or disagrees with like your 8 through 10 area. But top 4, everyone should agree that top 4 is 4 ultras. UGB, not in order, as I'm naming them. UGB, Rose, Hit, Kid Buu. Nobody else should be debatable in top 4. Ever. Right now.
Clear message in the beginning of the video. And by the way, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you guys simply always like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Subscribe
down below, which you guys would rate your guys' top 10 characters in Dragon Ball Legends as of today. But without wasting any time, let's get into it. So let me tell you guys this right now. The best character in the game, I still think strongly, and everything is super close, like a decimal close. And once again, all these could be interchangeable. Okay. I would still say it's Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta.
Well,
okay.
Shucks. I gotta pause there now. So for me personally, as someone that's very, very high up, I can't be actually higher up in a season. I am physically the highest person in the world right now, in the game right now, which means nothing. I'm still shit at the game. Don't worry. I'm not trying to boast. I'm just saying I have a lot of match experience this season, which with Kid Buu, clearly that makes more differential, right? Because I'm running into these teams more of the season. I think the only one that can't be number 1 of the 4 ultras is UGB. I even could understand Kid Buu coping him because he's new and you're like really, really, really trying to cope him. I think it's hard to agree with that, but I can understand it. I can hear that and be like, you know what, Kid Buu can debate number 1. I don't feel that way in any sense, but I can understand it. UGB, no. Kid Buu, apparently everybody's selling on Kid Buu because Kid Buu is so goddamn common. I cannot see UGB being number 1. Let me hear his details.
You guys might be saying, DBZOOM, it might even be Rose, right? It's Rose. Well, it's interchangeable first and foremost.
I think Rose could be.
And you guys also, another thing I want to dismiss right in the beginning of the video, color disadvantage does not matter. It does not matter.
Okay, so I'll agree to an extent. Because, yes, Rosé's better than UGB in the current meta. Just how it is. Because Rosé's more covered, you know, Kid Buu, lo and behold, you're covered now, right? You got the fucking yellow, there's a purple, oh my god, spooky, I get the fuck out. So color does matter, but a reason color also matters is hit. More specifically, only hit. Maybe Kid Buu touches on this because, you know, UGB's purple, but hit matters. Because hit's best counters is a tanky blue that can't do any damage. Zamasu's not doing damage. I'm sorry, he's not. Then Beast, who's very uncommon because his teams are just not good enough because you're not running Pan, Beast, UGB. It's just not good right now because you have UGB getting screwed over by Kid Buu. You have Beast getting screwed over by all these Rosés because Rosés literally every match. You have Pan, who's not good enough on output, so just getting screwed over. Hit doesn't have enough blues to warrant being scared. So you might say color advantage or disadvantage doesn't matter, but yet the reason hit is probably lower is because Beast and 17 exist and Zamasu exist, but yet those units are not good enough in comparison to make hit be worried. From my experience, and I've been running hit, and I know I'm a hit glazer, but this is also just factual. I mean, watch any of my last streams, you'll see the proof. Yeah, disadvantage doesn't mean your rating will be affected, but in this case, I do think it does because hit is not getting hurt by these blues, and they are not common enough to make hit feel worried. And on top of, you have Rosé with hit, same thing as Kid Buu with Rosé, got the coverage, right?
Tier list today, right? I see so many, I don't want to curse, but dumb arguments. DBZOOM, Kid Buu sucks because hit exists. Okay, well, hit sucks because Beast Gohan exists and Tournament Power 17 exists. Okay, well, Rosé exists to count. Everybody counters everybody, guys. Relax, okay? Woo! I want to clear that up in the beginning of the video because I see so much people comment that. It makes no sense, okay? So, yeah, Rosé could be first. I think from my personal experience, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is first because...
I do not agree.
First and foremost, yes, it contradicts what I'm about to say, but it does counter Rosé, okay? So let's just clear that up, but that doesn't really matter because everybody counters everybody, right?
Counter.
Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is much more of a crutch unit. Much more of a crutch unit than Rosé. Rosé is still a crutch unit, but you could play Brain Dead and you could still win with Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. You could literally just park and perfect vanish and wait while your unique gauge is full and literally just
Oh,
bait
brother, he
perfect
said it.
vanish.
All right, Mr. DB Zoom. Listen, man. I understand that unique gauge could be scary. I get it. You know, we were all scared of it when he was on boost. I get it, man. We were all like, grr, this unique gauge, grr, I can't deal with it, grr, I'm angry. Then we all started popping, and we were like, oh, we got like 6 relevant yellows in like the top 10. We can fucking deal with this. Everyone heals. Zamasu team heal. Rose heals on main. Hit heals per fucking card done. Kid Buu heals per gauge, per fucking, main, all this shit. That gauge is not enough warrant to be like, yup, that's a factor. Rose can be toxic. I don't think Rose is as commonly toxic as it's usually discussed as like, oh my god, that's paralyzed, it's so fucking cancer. I've been using Rose a little bit, more just yesterday, and it can happen. It won me a match one time, but that's one time. In 4 hours of streaming, I won one match because of Rose's paralyzed proc. You might say that's a lot. I say that's very little because that's probably like over. I can't even think of a number how many matches, but that's a lot of matches, right? More bottom line being, UGB's gauge is not good enough with all the yellows that are relevant and how the team healing works, and you're going to pop that gauge very early game because it's early game. You land 3 fucking cards, okay? Gauge is full, bada bing, bada boom. You pop it. It's a monster team heal. You heal passively. You heal on main. Everyone heals in so many frequent positions. That gauge is not a warrant enough to validate number 1 to me. So I just have to say that there. That gauge is not good enough. It is overrated. Simple as that.
It's just a easier unit to play with. He's got universal cover change. You know, it's just, it is a, I'm not saying Rose is a hard unit to play with. He's just more skill based. Okay. That I'm going to try not to go into too much detail on every character because this is going to be a 1 hour video and I want to make this as short as possible. Now, these are the top 2 characters. The next character I want to toss up is Ultra Kid Buu. I want you guys to take a look at one of my YouTube shorts that I'm going to post later on today. Okay.
Yes, sir.
On why I think Kid Buu is third. It's literally me seriously just completely eliminating an Ultra Rose's full health bar with just strikes and blasts in one go. No switches in one go. Okay? This Ultra Kid Buu is a lot better than people think, and I'll tell you this right now. His unique gauge is so good. Okay? His unique gauge, not only, of course, the character itself is a defensive type of unit, so he heals a lot, but it only takes 25 timer counts to run it through one unique gauge, which is not that long whatsoever, especially because this character is a tanky character in itself, so he lasts a long time, right? And he does counter one of the best units in the game, which is the...
Well, he lasts long because of the gauge, because it heals him, right? He doesn't last long without the gauge. He's not that bulky. Like, he's okay on bulk. He's like, I mean, he's like Rose. He's like the other Ultras. He's not that bulky. He doesn't have more cut. He has nothing like extravagant in defenses, right? He's the same bulk as them. He just heals a little bit more, but he's not that bulky, to be fair.
Super Super Gogeta directly, right? He also nullifies his Rising Rush effects, which wouldn't affect Kid Buu, which is great, and he's color disadvantage, but we're gonna be dismissing the color disadvantage. But this character is on command almost at 2 card draw speed to 3 card draw speed, and on top of that, 2 to 3, isn't that insane? And on top of that, he's always constantly getting key back per card and health back per card, and he does a great amount of damage, and he takes his ratio to tanking and damage is really good. He doesn't feel like a defensive type of unit. Now, you do need a little bit of stars on this character, but I still think this character does more than Ultra Hit. If you swipe out Ultra Hit's time skip, this character would fall down to Z++, okay? Ultra Hit is a great character. Does a ton of damage. He's a little bit more on the squishy side, but this character...
I don't know why people say this. Okay. I know this because I checked it earlier, because I had to disprove somebody on stream. Ultra Hit has higher stats on defenses than Rose. He is higher. And then he has 3k less strike defense and 6k more blast defense than Ultra Gogeta Blue. And on top of that, they all have the same cut. Pretty sure it's 60%. And on top of that, hit heals per card done. 3%. Hit, hear me now. Hear me speak. Hit is not squishy because he has the same defenses, the same cut, and he also heals more frequent. UGB needs gauge to heal. Rose needs gauge and needs main. All right? Hit is not squishy. He's the most durable one of these four, besides Kid Buu. Well, of these three at least. And then Kid Buu came out, and now Kid Buu is obviously more durable because he heals with the gauge. He's healing during cards. He's healing well. But Hit, I just have to disprove this, is not squishy in any factor. You can look at the stats. You can compare them. He is not squishy. I don't know where this misconception comes from. Maybe people just don't run him, or they just see him get sacked off 24/7. Hit is not squishy. Just look at the numbers. The numbers are in front of you. I don't know why people say this.
And you can say that about a lot of units. If you take out Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's, unique gauge, then he would, fall down. I get it, okay? But Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta does more than hit, okay? All these characters do more than hit. Hit is just strictly criticals, damage, criticals, and then hopefully you can land that time skip, which would be great, obviously, okay? I'm not saying this is...
So he does damage and criticals. So he does criticals, meaning goes through blues easier. That's probably good. If there's blues, right? That'd be helpful. He does damage. Rose does damage. UGB does damage. Every unit in the game is meant for damage, mostly, for most part. I don't understand. The unit does damage. Yes, the melee-based unit does do damage. He also heals, which I guess we ignore at this point, because I don't know. And if you can land time skip is a very easy thing to land. If you fuck it up, it's your fault. It's not because it's a bad maneuver, bad thing to do, yada yada yada. You fuck up time skip, that is your fault. Maybe he's the most skilled of the four. Really not, because time skip is the most brain dead shit in the game. It's literally a rising rush given without the rush popped. Like, you have a rising rush on a unit, and yet I don't know. Okay, interesting.
Bad. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's great. That's why he's in God tier. Once again, this is my order for my top 4 characters in Dragon Ball Legends right now. All these could be interchangeable.
Understood.
Okay. Now let's get to the interesting stuff. And I don't want to, like I said, go through all these characters' kits too much.
I'm interested.
But all these characters at Z++, it's in no specific order. They're just in Z++. Okay.
Roger.
Let's start off with a few characters, such as this Zamasu. How great is this character? How great is this character?
But he's good.
This Zamasu could... one of the main reasons why I do love this Zamasu, besides... Okay, I'm not going to get into too much kits, but I love how he drops combos when he's hit. He just literally tanks your opponent's ki. And
he does that early game. That's like 2 times. And then if he gets cover change, that's reducing ki. He doesn't do it much, actually. It's only it's 2 times. So it's like early game. You'll end a combo fast. Great. You won't get fucking steamrolled effect. But, yeah, it's not that much.
He drops combos. That is so important, in today's meta. He does a lot of damage. He does a lot, just like Ultra Kid Buu, his ratio to his defense to attack is actually very, very good. Very well balanced. He does a lot of damage. He tanks very well.
No, he doesn't.
He heals. He is a very good support unit
alongside
Kid Buu as well. And let's talk about teams. All these units right here have great teams. Kid Buu actually has great teams, and you could place him on the leader slot with, powerful opponent is pretty obvious, right?
Yeah, they all every fucking unit has great teams.
With Future. Region is also pretty good with these 2, right? And then you could place somebody else in the leader slot. So this character, it turns out, actually has some very good combinations to be using. And another character that I love using him alongside is Torment of Power 17. How good is this unit? Very, very good.
Wait,
man.
What? Huh? Wait, what?
Turns out, actually has some very good combinations to be using. And another character that I love using him alongside.
You like using...
Is Torment of Power 17. You have
Rose second, and you like using double blues together. I wonder why Hit is 4th. I really do. Are you kidding me? What's the 3rd on this team? What even is this team? What are you running? Kid Buu leader? And regen? Or 17 leader on regen? I'm so confused. Okay. What? Why would you run them together? Rosé's every game.
This unit, very, very good.
It's a top 1K.
Man, this character is going to age like fine wine. I love Torment of Power 17. Kid Buu and Torment of Power 17 is one of the deadliest duos because They both have endurance, but they also nullify buff effects upon rising rushes. Yeah. And 17 also does with ultimates and stuff like that. So their endurance kind of feels like revivals to a certain degree, and they can both tank and heal very well as output damage and card draw speed and all that good stuff. Very, very good combination. Try this duo out for your guys' selves. Place Kid Buu in the leader slot. Place the 17 alongside a tournament power team. Maybe LF Jiren, which is pretty good. Which, by the way, where is LF Jiren? I want to place him here at Z+.
Whoa!
His stock went up, man. I think his stock is going up. You can place him in S.
Kid Buu just came out! What?
Or Z+, but I still think he's a pretty good unit. I love this unit. From just these trio right here that you guys see, it's a very good team to use, right?
What? He said top 1,000. I don't know how top 1,000 is. I go fucking top 100, top 5, top 1 now. Kid Buu, LF17, LF Jiren. That's a blast-based team on Z abilities. And Kid Buu makes strikes off of green. And Kid Buu really wants to do strikes. Because, you know, I don't know. He makes them? Rosé's right there. And Jiren's not stopping Rosé. Kid Buu's right there. Who's stopping Kid Buu?
But yeah, okay. Let's not waste any time. I think I'm taking too long explaining these units. Super Saiyan 4s, no explanation needed. Still very, very, very good. Alongside this GT team, Dragon Fist Goku, probably one of the scariest teams I hate facing against is these two with, GT17, which, by the way,
doesn't make sense to me. How is GT scary if Kid Buu... My ring light fell. Oh my god. How is GT scary if Kid Buu and Hit are physically above them? They don't... GT does not have any counters. They just get clobbered. I don't understand. It's like he contradicts himself. How is GT scary when Kid Buu and Hit is right there? I'm genuinely curious. How? I run my fucking Hit, and I see GT, I think I clear it. I think I auto-win prior to the match even starting. And that's not arrogance. I always say I'm fucking shit at the game. But it's just because Hit is so good, they have no coverage. How the fuck can I lose there? I get a green card, okay, I get cover null, okay, I win. Simple. How the fuck? Maybe because he's running double blues, he thinks the 4s are fucking scary.
Where is he? GT17
I don't fucking know.
Definitely going to be placed right here in Z+. Very, very good. Remember, all these are interchange. None of these are in order. Don't go clipping this. None of these are in order. These are just placed.
That doesn't matter. That's the problem.
Or God tier or S. Not in order, okay? These are just placed there. Okay?
The explanation is the thing that's hurting me.
A lot easier to creating tier lists.
I don't understand them.
Beast Gohan, obviously.
It hurts me because it's not hurting me because I disagree. I don't give a fuck if I disagree. Who cares? It's a fucking stupid ass video on a fucking PNG game. Your explanations are very contradictory to one another. I mean, that's all. Everything just doesn't make sense.
Z++, okay? He's still... Don't let people dismiss his character. Alongside Superhero Pan, these two with Ultra Supreme Gogeta is still one of the best teams in the game, okay? Let's just cut it short right there. Okay, let's keep on rolling here, guys.
Short. He said cut it short. I'll shut the fuck up.
Vegito here in Z+. Still very valuable. Alongside Ultra Broly, which is... His stock is going up. Still very, very much...
Yo, you can't tell me. Dude. How... I just want explanations. Can someone just go through this video and give me explanations on the things I ask explanations for? Thank you. How does Ultra Broly stock go up? And Jiren stock? And 17 stock? He only said 17 or fucking Jiren and Broly though. How do their stocks go up when Kid Buu just dropped and he's number 3 on your list? I do not follow this logic. I do not understand. If you're saying because of Rosé, you run Kid Buu with Rosé. That's the point. So how did fucking purples go up?
So I love this unit. Even though I don't have them, I spent 80,000 crystals on this unit. Got shafted dramatically.
That's tragic.
But I've played plenty of these Brolys, and I know people that use this Broly. That
you matched against Brolys?
Okay.
All 3 of Broly owners are eating.
Future Gohan, still very good, obviously. Z plus, no explanation needed there. It's crazy. One of probably the best, most aging unit in the game by a mile, right? Another unit that I love is this. Remember, none of these are in order. I keep repeating myself, but Revival Goku, very good. Take a look at this, guys. Kid Buu, Tournament Power 17, and this Revival Goku is unaffected by Rising Rushes. Unkillable.
Unkillable. Rev UI dies in 10 timer counts in most settings. I have a 14-star Rev UI. I got validation because I fucking used them. Right? I try to cope him. He fucking sucks. Why does his team builds want to go blast base with Kid Buu? It's really what's concerning me here. Kid Buu does not want to do blast. He makes strikes for a reason. He wants to do strikes. I'm concerned about that. But nonetheless, that team just said, you know what, try it out. Kid Buu, 17, so go for it. Go for it.
One of the,
you tell me how it goes.
Most annoying teams to play with.
I'll keep my RP.
To be honest with you guys. Let's not waste any time. Let's keep on rolling. This Cell.
Yeah, good stocks.
Z plus.
I can put him.
Very good, right? Still very good. This Trunks. I'm surprised these are Rising Rush, or not Rising Rush. What's the Rising?
I put Trunks at tier
it's like
below
the new
Cell.
All-Star.
They're not same tier.
Very good.
Also, Pan. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but he said cut it short, so I cut it short.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it off like that. Let's not waste it. Majin Buu Bros. I'm gonna place them, of course, at Z+.
Whoa.
Order, guys. Don't go crazy.
I am going crazy. What's going on? They're up there. I've been trying to cope them really hard, but like I'm kind of failing at it. They're up there. Okay.
Buu Bros, I love this unit. Even though they're getting a lot of hate right now, I still do think you need a little bit more.
I agree.
From this character.
I so agree.
I love how this Goku is so good. Vegeta's more tanky, but this Goku has pretty much cover nullification on command, which is one of the best abilities in the game. Every time he uses an arts card, he gets
it's like
cover nullification
counts,
for 10 timer counts. Really broken.
It's not that much.
And,
it's all right.
Once you get the ball rolling with this character, card draw speed, just like Super Vegito, it's insane.
Well, Super Vegito
once you get the ball rolling, card draw speed alongside a cover null on command is probably one of the best two abilities to go hand in hand.
Problem is Rosé's every match.
Okay, so let's not waste any time. Let's keep on rolling here because I feel like I'm running this video a little bit too long. Android 17 is still very good. And 18, of course, Kid Buu came out, so their stock went up a little bit. They came out with the Rising Rush, which is
Broly and Jiren stock go up then? You never said it.
They're still, their green card is still broken. I'm not going to get into too much details there. This Rosé is still very good as well. Let's place him at Z+. Very, very good. Father Son Galagun, you can even place him at Z+, but I'm just going to place him here in S because we have nobody in S. Let's just place another here.
You gotta stop. You're putting Rosé above VT and Evo? You're putting the droids above VT and Evo? Bro. You have UGB number 1. I understand he said color advantage doesn't matter too much. Then he also said UGB to Rosé, it's color advantage. But nonetheless, contradictory aside, VT and Evo have a lot more value than motherfucking LF Rosé and androids. If I have to explain that, I'll let you figure that out if you don't know that.
Vegeta is still very good in S. Once again, remember, none of these are in order, guys.
No, but if they're in different tiers, I assume that means Rosé is being treated as better than Evo and VT. Same with the LF droids. If they're in different tiers, that's for a reason, right? So if they're not in order, you could have Rosé at number 1 of that tier. But you're still saying Rosé is better than VT and Evo. And that shit ain't true.
And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up, man. Comment down below if I missed a unit. I mean, honestly, there's so many, I don't even know, man. You can even place, I don't know, Roshi, and not even Roshi, still pretty good, but Tapion, I'm just, it's insane because I've never seen the game with this much diversity. All these characters could compete. All these characters.
Okay, so let me break this down. Now, who can really compete? Top 4, yes. Zamasu, he tries to run around. He's not really doing much. He's just kind of team healing you and being annoying, but he's not really doing too much. He kind of just exists to, have endurance and bulk. When he can bulk, doesn't really bulk too much because Rosé's every match. But, he tries. 4's good enough. Their team is not good enough. 4Ku, good enough. Team's not good enough. Beast Gohan, team's not good enough. Pan, you're a liability. That's how I feel about it. Boo Duo, not good enough on teams. Broly, no. Jiren, no. G17, he fits better on Androids, and yet Red 21's not here, and she would probably be better than even LF17 at this point because Kid Buu just came out. But, you know, who cares about her, I guess. USV, no, he still coped even though he's off boost. I think people forgot he left boost, so bro is not very good anymore. Sorry. Rev UI, he sucks. Sorry. DBS Trunks, no. LF Droids, no. Rosé, no. Puddle, kind of a liability like Pan. Honestly, a worse Pan, so I guess the order makes sense, but no. Evo VT, they could do okay. So like 50% of, like 65%, 70% is viable to run, but in actuality, like 15% is actually being run, meaning mostly the Ultras, and then Zamasu. And that's basically it. I mean, reality check. You're barely seeing GT. You're barely seeing Beast. You're barely seeing Puddle, anything down there, you know, all that shit down there. You're barely seeing any of those units. Maybe you're seeing Cell. Maybe you're seeing Pan. You're not seeing Boo Duo. You're not seeing Beast. You're not seeing 17. You ain't seeing these units. That's it.
Here could compete at the top level.
I'm at the top level.
Right? You could just have one of these Ultras as your leader slot and then slap on any of these other teams to go along with it, really. So all these units I see could compete at a high level. Maybe even place Jiren here. I don't know, at S. Let's just leave it off like this. It's the diversity I've never seen before. It's not like back in the day where Zenkai, Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan got his Zenkai and then he just dominated the whole game solo. No. Take a look at all these units, guys. If you have any of these units to build a team with, you are good. You are good to compete at a certain level to get at least to the top 10,000 guaranteed. I would even say much higher than that. I'm just being safe at the top 10,000 and they just have decent skills and timing and stuff like that. You can rank high enough to get your crystals. But yeah, guys, comment down below. What do you guys think about this tier list?
Mr. DBZOOM, there is no skill involved in this game. I'm sorry to tell you. So that one's off the table. But yeah, timing, sure. That's not skill, though. You're just learning timings, right? Timing's not hard to learn. You're like, oh, I could stop my fucking watch at 5 seconds. Oh, I timed it. I got it at 4. Oh, I got it at 3. Oh, I got it at 6. Oh, I finally got it at 5. I learned the timing, right? That's not skill. That's repetition. That's not skill. But nonetheless, interesting. I was baffled at some points. This is very interesting. DBZOOM, if you're watching this, by the way, you blocked me on Twitter for your G4 meme. It's kind of hurtful. Then you unblocked me. Then you reblocked me when I didn't even say anything after you unblocked me. It was kind of rude. Not gonna lie. I guess the meme was fucked up. Not apologizing. It's a meme. It happens. You know. YouTube things, Twitter things, meme things. You know how it be. Please unblock me. Thank you. Be much appreciative. Be great. But I'm baffled by such a thing here. Really, not even the placements. Just these explanations are so contradictory. They truly do not make any sense at all to my brain. They quite literally do not function together to me. Because the first argument is color advantage doesn't matter. Then the first argument is also purple beats green. So clearly, it does play a role. Then when you have a team that you're promoting as a team you run often as double blues and then you put hit fourth, clearly, once again, color advantage is playing a role there. Also ignoring units kits and then not knowing what they do does also not help. But nonetheless, it is what it is, right? Interesting list. Definitely some takes I did not expect to see, but some things I am surprised to see. What do you guys think of this DBZOOM tier list? The one and only from May, whatever the fuck the day is, 6th, 7th, 8th, 5th, whatever the fuck we are at. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you at the stream.